we all talk about how we feel about this, and it's truly a feeling down deep. I have very strong feelings about this. I'm 6th generation Kamaina. I have 7th generation on the ground. My youngest are 5-year-old twins. I come from a long line of stewards of the land. A friend of mine was telling me about the mountains and the feeling from the mountains. Different words for the mountain. Kohala Mountain, which is my home, Ola, life. The feeling that I have for the mountain. It's not about working the mountain, it's about feeling the mountain. We talk about Mauna Kea, Ikaika, strength, and I get the feeling. I was going to vote against allowing this resolution to come on the agenda, but I didn't do that because of my deep respect and aloha for Miley David. And she brought it forth for no other reasons because I respect that lady. But then let's talk about some of the other stuff. KTA has been a staunch supporter of this community, this island, for 100 years, and they've been targeted because they are a supporter of TMT. The question that needs to be asked, but so often has failed to be asked, is and then what? We do something, but and then what? And we have to be mindful of our decisions and what we do, not for this generation, because quite frankly, whatever we decide for this generation, it doesn't matter. It's for the next generations and the next generations. And now I'm going to do something that I do not normally do. I'm going to go off my script, which is not talking from a script, and actually read something. TMT has been a polarizing episode in our county and state's history. Many of us have friends and family on both sides. With any decision that affects so many, I, without fail, try to seek the balance between culture, the environment, and the economy. I believe our greater community is trying to do the same. As we collectively move forward, it is my hope that all sides remain mindful and respectful of each other's beliefs and opinions. Where am I in this discussion? Simple. I am concerned about the future of our county and the generations to come. To plan for that future, we must worry more about what is ahead of us than what is behind us. We must be more concerned about our entire community's success rather than any one group or portion thereof. I am not saying we ignore any concern, but we strive for middle ground. It is not reasonable to expect everyone to agree. We must embrace our past, learn from the mistakes, celebrate the successes, and use this to guide us forward. TMT is not an argument between culture and science. They can and do coexist. Kamehameha the Great proved that as he embraced Western technology. It is not an argument of development or not. Our county has tripled its population in my lifetime. Anyone who lives in our county must support growth, or they're ignoring the fact that they themselves are part of the growth. We need new horizons that can complement our island, our cultures, and our communities. TMT can be part of that fabric, culturally, economically, and environmentally. It is not an argument on disrespect or desecration. Some may say that any structure on the mountain is a form of desecration. It is an opinion. It is not an argument of access. Mauna Kea belongs to everyone. All citizens of the county can enjoy what the mountain has to offer. Our county also enjoys access, our people enjoys the access via the roads that were paid for by astronomical community members, the current observatories. It's not an argument of inherent value for the study of science and exploration. Every person in our county, state, and country enjoy the benefits of modern life that come from scientific discovery. Cell phones, computers, GPS, and even our cars all are better and exist from applied science that came from scientific exploration and understanding. Astronomy is part of that journey. It is not a discussion on whether or not the location for TMT is appropriate. That is self-evident. It is not an argument about adding another observatory to the 13 already there, with many reported in disrepair. That is simply not true and is a fabricated myth. Of the 13 observatories there, 11 are functioning and 2 are in the process of being decommissioned. Understand one waiting for environmental impact statement. It's not an argument about potential contamination of an aquifer that has not been identified there. It is certainly not an argument about foreign corporation controlling TMT. TMT is a multinational organization with the U.S. playing a major role in TMT oversight. Any statement to the contrary is again another fabrication. It is also not an argument about storage tanks of mercury on a mountain. That too is another made-up story to invoke fear. We should be far more concerned about the 50,000 plus cesspools in our county right now that are affecting our aquifers and coastline waters and reefs. It is also not an argument of the process of approval, though not always popular with a project that has been vetted through the process several times and the courts have found it to be legal standing to proceed. I support the law of the land. What I do believe this is an argument about having a voice in the process and a voice to participate in self-determination. Initially, things can and should have been done far better. Management of the mountains should have been better. Now, because of the extensive process and the involvement of deeply caring, thoughtful community volunteers and leaders who insisted on raising the bar, it will be. Disallowing TMT to go forward is short-sighted and is jeopardizing the future of our next generation. We need sound practices that are culturally sensitive, environmentally friendly, and supply us with an economic resource to help our community flourish. This includes funding for truly affordable housing, good-paying jobs, healthcare, and environmentally friendly renewable energy. I hope we will learn from this very painful period. History has a tendency to repeat itself unless we choose to set a new course. Planning for the success of our children and children's children takes an understanding of our current challenges while combining them with the future needs and the courage to get that done. Change is difficult, but not moving forward is dangerous, bodes a grim future for all, and could potentially be fatal to the social fabric of our island community. Madam Chair, I yield.